Hey internet, YouTube, and the world. My name is Jerremy Alexander Newsome with Real Life Trading, and I hope you're doing absolutely sensational. So I was in a Publix supermarket, and for those of you not in the South, Publix is a grocery store, and it's privately traded. And I was walking around with Ashley getting some food for the afternoon, and I spotted some jellies, and I thought to myself, this will be awesome. So I'm going to do a real life stock review of Publix generic version, strawberry jam, along with the Smuckers strawberry jam. And of course, I'm going to include that with the Mr. Peanut Butter Pan Crunchy Peanut Butter. Nowhere else to do it other than crunchy, by the way. If you do smooth, I'll accept you as a friend, but crunchy is the way to go. And of course, I'm going to do some bread. With these ingredients, makes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which I'm going to consume. And my goal is to see if I can decipher which one of those jellies is in which of the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So this will be interesting. And of course, since this is a real life stock review, I'm also going to be analyzing the Smuckers stock. I'll see you then. Hey world, I'm back with America's favorite sandwich, the peanut butter and jelly, one of my childhood favorites as well. And we have the Publix brand version, and we have the regular actual Smuckers version of this jelly. Publix version is 50 calories and 27 servings in this particular container, with 9 grams of sugar per serving. And this one is 26 servings, 50 calories, and 12 grams of sugar. And Smuckers, more sugar in this one. So I'm going to see if I can tell the difference between the two of the peanut butter and jellies that I'm about to consume. Not a bad deal overall. So let me try this one out. That took a lot longer to chew than I thought it would. I asked Ashley for some 70-30 ratio on the jelly and peanut butter. All right, I'm going to try this one now. So we've decided that this is A and this is B, and I don't know which one is in which. I'm going to eat all of these, don't worry. So the video would be very interesting if it was just me nomming on these peanut butter and jellies. This one was a little bit thicker. This one had a little bit more seeds. This one was a little bit more tart, a little bit more strawberry-esque. And this one's a little bit more sweeter, kind of like a puree. So I'm going to go with this one is Smuckers, and this one is the Publix generic brand of jelly. Am I right?
Correct.
Boom! All right, well, let's hop over to the stock charts and see how Smuckers looks on the chart. All right, on the charts. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. We got JM Smucker Company here, and this could be fun. This could be a good little chart. Pulling up ticker symbol SJM. And let's hop over here and draw some support and resistance lines. You guys learned a little bit more about support and resistance from the last video. So I'm going to go ahead and actually turn on a line chart for us. And that way we can make it, or you guys can see it a little bit easier. And I'm going to drop on a resistance line. So a resistance line, remember, is a price where people sell more than they buy. And a support is where people buy more than they sell. So there we go, dropping a price there. Let's go ahead and make this one. Bring this one up to approximately 105.56. I think there could be one or two more on this one. One being right there. So good little resistance. Very interesting where we are currently trading though. Look at that. How strange. The resistance that once played out, twice played out, is playing out 3 times later. Playing out again as a really good resistance. Phenomenal. Okay, one additional line on this particular chart. This is called a trend line. And a trend line usually is one of ascending or descending price. So we're going to kind of come down here to the bottom, draw a little bit of a line like this, and sloop. There we go. Very pretty. So even from back in 2009, we could have had an idea or an ideal angle where these prices bounce off of this particular angle, and we would have had an idea that we could have bought there. All right, so JM Smuckers. Let's kind of zoom in now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer us over to a candlestick chart. Candlestick chart is just a simple chart where it contains the open, high, low, and close. That's what a candlestick represents. So here we are. This is the candlestick chart. And again, we can see how strong this resistance has been playing out, which is actually a really, really interesting setup right now. At the moment, it appears that some earnings came in not too long ago on JM Smucker Company, and we had a very, very interesting gap. So these candles right here actually represent some buying. So these white candles are buying candles. And the fact that the stock gapped up, I actually call this type of gap a retest gap because the prior candles are white. Therefore, that means someone bought there. And if someone bought there, that means at some point they're going to sell. Well, where do they end up selling? They end up selling at the same price they sold a few years ago, 114.54. So we got a gap, got a nice little retest gap, and we have been trading sideways in this particular price range for just some, for a week or two, maybe 2.5 weeks or so. At this particular point, what do we do now? Well, at this situation, in this juncture, we are going to wait for a close above resistance. And the reason we're going to wait for a close above resistance is because that's how you confirm if the resistance gets broken. AKA, that's how you confirm that there's going to be more buying pressure than selling pressure. So if Smuckers closes above 115.33, the actual price, I wouldn't be a little bit more bullish than bearish on it. And our stop and or our protective put, meaning this is where we would exit the trade for a potential loss, is 109.22. So we'll place the stop in the gap because this gap action right there on the candlestick chart, that gap actually also represents a support. So this little area in here is a support. So I would imagine that JM Smuckers will do one of two things. We'll either trade at this resistance and beginning breaking through, maybe after they found out that I tested their jellies on national YouTube, or we could trade down and bounce off of that gap as a support, or we trade down to the gap, we test as a support, and we roll over and come down to this area where we don't know exactly what will happen. We will either bounce again off this trend line and continue going higher, or finally fall through the price, which we haven't done that in quite a while in this angle, but definitely could happen. So we'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. As I did in the last real life stock review, let's go ahead and come up with an actual price projection. And this time I'm just going to use simple risk numerical factors to come up with our potential targets. What I mean by that is I'm going to take our entry, which is 115.33, and our stop, which is 109.22. And I'm going to take the difference of those two. To make numbers pretty easy, I'm just going to say this is $6. So this is $6 of risk. That means if you bought 100 shares on JM Smuckers, you'd have a potential $6 loss per share, or $600 loss on JM Smuckers. So if that's our risk, then our reward needs to be at least double that, which would be 6 times 2 is 12. So 12 plus 15 equals 127. So 127 is going to be the location there. That's our target. So let me go ahead, come in here, and I'm going to go to templates. I'm going to click on target. Let's just say 127. And that way, we now know that our target is going to be 2 times our potential risk. So at 127, if JM Smuckers reaches up there, which truthfully could take 3 or 4 months potentially, that will be a location in which we could sell, lock in a profit, which would be 2 times our potential reward. Now, there are a few other food companies out there. Ticker symbol CAG is one of them, Congera Foods, but I couldn't really find a jelly that they make that went along with the current grocery store I was shopping at. So again, in the future, I would like to compare 2 potential stocks and public companies themselves, but I can always mix it up because why not? It after all, is just a real life stock review. And if you guys give me a company that you want me to review, let me know in the comments below. I'll be saying that again in just a few moments in the the actual video. But thanks so much again, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this real life stock review of Smuckers. I truly appreciate it. Feel free to share this on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, post on your Facebook, and make sure everyone gets the message that real life trading is out there. We're for real, and we are giving education for free, teaching people about the stock market and achieving our mission of enriching lives. Thanks so much, and I'll see you live in our Nashville real life trading studio. All right, traders everywhere, thanks so much for watching the actual chart review of Smuckers. You can notice I've had a little bit more of the peanut butter and jellies during that session. And I just want to say thanks so much for watching this real life stock review. I really appreciate it. Feel free to leave a message or a comment below and let me know which particular product you want me to do a real life review of. Maybe it's a drink, maybe it's a food, maybe it's a company, something that I can interact with, use, and enjoy. So ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And until next time, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. I'll see you later.